Hello everybody, welcome to another charting session here on the channel. Today is March 22nd. I took one trade today, I believe so. No, two trades today, and I won one of them, I think. Yeah, I lost the other. Alright, so today's action was pretty good, pretty clean. I'm happy with it. It was a little choppy because that's how Fridays usually are, but I did recognize the model, and I'm pretty happy with today. So, going into today, we had a couple things that I had drawn out. So, as of Thursday night and sort of like, Friday overnight session, or Thursday's overnight session, Friday morning, we had respected this 15-minute order block and this breaker. So, right here, this was the rejection off the breaker in this order block, and we built some structure sort of Thursday night and Friday morning in the middle of the night, and then we created this SMT right here, and then additionally we created this SMT. Okay, so looking at this, what does this mean? Well, we came up here, we swept this high, formed a turtle soup, tapped back into this order block, and we had a rejection off, creating another SMT. All right, so we also did respect this 15-minute right here, which was the first entry of this SMT on the 15-minute time frame, and then we had a smaller SMT, which you would take your entry on a smaller time frame, like this right here. As you know, price is completely fractal, so here would be this SMT, and then here would be your entry off of here. So I was not trading at this time, but this was a entry you could have taken. So yeah. So what happened here, we got a massive sell-off, and we took out the previous day low, and we also entered into this 2 to 2.5 area on standard deviation. Okay, so going into this morning, I started looking at the charts somewhere like around here, and then we sold off. And so if I go to the 1 minute here, we created an SMT right down here, and we also had this manipulation leg, which I'll explain in a little bit. So we had this SMT, and we also had this SMT. So first let me go to here. So after we had tapped into this 15-minute and we rejected off, and we had this manipulation leg, I was hoping to look for longs. Okay, the bias was bullish. So we came up here. We also created this this 5-minute fair value gap on this move. We retraced back down, and right here we had tapped the 5-minute. We didn't go into it, but we tapped it, and this is my entry was right here. So right here we actually came down, we swept this low and created SMT. Okay, so we also had this 1 minute right here, and as you can see, this did not tap into the 1 minute. So most likely price was going to want to rebalance to the 1 minute. So we came up here, had a bunch of upper wicks, had a massive sell-off down. This is another massive manipulation leg, and we also had this SMT. So right here I put in my entry, and I was hoping to target up at these highs, but I ended up just getting manipulated. As you can see, this wick, this is what happened in the move. We came down, tapped it, created this SMT, then we came back up, and I entered right here. We came up to here, and then it got stopped. This was my stop loss. So this is the first trade, and then what happened after this, we came back down, we went to OTE range, as you can see, and then we got bought back up, and as you can see, we actually respected this super duper well. This body did not even close above. It was just, or this body did close above. It was just wicks tapping it. And we got back, bought up, and we came and we swept all these highs. We also entered into 2 to 2.5 of this area, rejected back off. And the reason I drew this out is because looking at this, you want to identify your last manipulation leg. And manipulation leg is usually consisted, especially if there's like consolidation like this, it's consisted of the bigger candles down that sweep lows. So right here, we have, you can see there's big candles. We got big candles right here, but we're still going lower and we slow down. So that's not manipulation. Then right here, we have big candles down, but these candles aren't sweeping a low. So then right here, we got more big candles down, and these actually do end up sweeping these lows. And I also do include this one because this is also technically a candle down, even though it's an up close candle. It's still a bottoming wick down, right after this move. And there was no really other one. I mean, you could consider this one, but it's not as prominent as this one. And it's kind of just like, this one came up, formed a high, right? Looked bullish because there was a big push up candle, but then right here, big slam down, right? Right here, this didn't really happen. It was just small candles and then push down. So here's that, and this draws out to here, which is your first area, and then up to this -4, which is what we did hit later. So next we look at where my second entry was. So this entry, I kind of wanted to be a lot more cautious, and I knew the market was just being sort of manipulative, especially because it's Friday. So we look right here, we swept these highs, came back down, tapped into this 5-minute, did not take out these lows. And I do want to see, did we have like an SMT right here? Yes. Okay, we did have an SMT right here. You know, it's just time and experience. You can kind of tell there's going to be an SMT. So drawing this out. Oh yeah. So we had this SMT and we got bought right back up. And then I think I do remember this trade. I was going to take this entry, but I did miss out because there was no retrace. And so here we created this 15-minute and we sort of consolidated for a while. And then, oh yeah, I do want to talk about this real quick actually first. So right here, I drew out SMT. As you can see, there's no divergence. The reason this is SMT is because on Dow Jones, there was an SMT. I didn't trust it though. I would, you know, if this was with ES, I would have probably taken an entry right away because of all these bottoming wicks and we were on OTE. But since it was Dow Jones, I wasn't really confident in it. So I just kind of left it. And as you can see, it did run right up. So do kind of wish I took in that, but that's fine. So going back over here, we had this SMT, massive displacement up. I did not see this at the time, so it's kind of upsetting. But this is where there was a really nice model. So first of all, looking at this higher time frame, I want you to notice the fractability price. So look what happens here. We have accumulation, right? Here's our accumulation, and then we have our manipulation. So we have power 1, power 2, and then distributions power 3. So as you can see, we had this low right here, and we had this accumulation range, came down with strong displacement candles. Keep in mind, these are really strong displacement candles all the way down, and we respected this 15-minute and hit this 2 to 2.5 area. Then we bought back up, and as you can see, respected this 15-minute, and going to where I want to take my entry. So as you can see, this is where this was, bigger time, or yeah, smaller time frame. This is what it looks like. Accumulation, here's the manipulation. And inside of this, we had another one. Again, right here. Accumulation, here's your manipulation leg. It sweeps these lows and taps into this PD array right here. And we get bought back up. And then I was looking to take an entry on the inverse of this 1 minute, so I was wanting us to go up and then reach back down and tap into it, but that sadly did not happen. So we just kept going up, and I took my first entry on a 15-second. So we had right over here, it was this wick. So on the 15-second, we had a small fair value gap, and I entered my first one into there, and then my second entry was like somewhere up here, and it averaged out to be right there. And my original stop was, I think it was, yeah, whenever I entered here, it was like, I think it was at the bottom like this candle because of this 1 minute, or no, wait, hold on, no. It was at the bottom of, yeah, of this candle. If we came back down, I'd expect us to go to this 1 minute. But we were just so bullish that we really didn't need it. So that was my first stop, and then I trimmed my stop up to like here, We got bought back up above this high, so I'll put my stop to break even. And then my first profit target was right here, and this was because these are these stacked equal highs. And then my second profit target was up here, which was in this 2 to 2.5 area, this order block, and it was this high. And I didn't really want to see anything above that just yet because we already tapped into, well, we already hit the 2 profit targets that we wanted to. This is complete our draw liquidity, right? This order block, this high, this 2 to 2.5, this is our draw of liquidity. Usually, most likely after this, we're going to rebalance. So we would go to discount of this range. So I was wanting us to come back down here, and then I would try to find another long setup to target up to this -4, but that did not happen. So I didn't want to take a trade if that did not happen. Down here, I was getting ready for work, no opportunity. But yeah, I mean, action just really wasn't good the rest of the day here. I mean, I'm sure you could probably find setups in here, but I don't really care too much to look for that. Because that's not really part of this model that I'm looking at as all in one. So lastly, where do I think we're going to go next? Personally, I'm not going to be, oh yeah, this is my last charting session, and then I will be going on vacation, so there's not going to be any charting sessions next week. Probably just next week. I'll start them again, not next Monday, but, or yeah, 2 more Mondays from now. So it'll be the 2nd is whenever my next charting session should be. So looking at this, it does look like we're sort of respecting this 15-minute. I honestly do think the draw is higher just because we have accumulation, manipulation, distribution. We should come up to these highs. We also do have to continue this standard deviation. We can. But we did also tap into this PD array right here. And these wicks are a rejection point of showing that this is an area where we may want to bounce off of, so we could head lower as well. But I guess we'll just see what happens on Sunday, see how the action forms, see how tonight's action forms, and how Monday morning action forms. But yeah, that is really all. Let me just let's check news for Monday. Yeah, Monday, nothing. Okay. Tuesday, again, Tuesday's not too good either. We've actually consumer can set, yeah, this is good. Tuesday be a good day to trade. Wednesday be good. Well, Wednesday be alright. Wednesday's usually always good. Thursday's gonna be wonderful. And then Friday's also going to be really good. Okay, nice. So next week's going to be really nice. I probably won't be able to trade much, but it's a nice week. I'll try to get on the markets a little bit. But yeah. So lastly, let's look at the daily candles here. We did take this high and had a big rejection wick down. Let me do this. So we just took out this liquidity, had a rejection back down. We may want to see lower. That would be nice, of course, but it also is probably not going to happen. We did also create this massive imbalance and this gap up. So, but we did tap into that. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. Not too sure. Again, I really don't. There's no reason to care because we're not trading. Like, we're not swing trading. So, yeah. But that's all I have for this charting session. Wait, hold on, last thing. I do want to check. We did tap -2, 2.5 here. Respected off. Now we got to go to discount of this range. So I do want to quickly check. We are in discount of the range. So yeah, we could go lower as well. There's draws on both sides. So yeah, that's all I have for this charting session. I hope you all have enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one.